there, this is Donna from Donna's Creative Space. Today is Friday, and that means that I have another fun fold project for you. The past few Fridays we've been doing fun fold cards, so today I decided to do a fun fold project for you, and it is this cute little triangle box. And if it looks a little familiar, you might have seen my video for my July card class to go, because this was a bonus project that everybody that earned my card class to go for July got the excuse me, the supplies to make this little triangle box. And if you're interested, I have a couple of more card kits left over from July. You were supposed to have placed an order using my a card class code by July 20th. If you had placed an order for 25 or more, you earned my card kit to go for free. This is the card kit. This is how it comes to you. You get printed instructions. You get kits to make 2 each of 4 designs. This was this month's. We made these 4 cards, so you end up making 8 cards, but this month I had a bonus for them, and they got the supplies to make one of these boxes. So, and they use the stamp set Nothing's Better Than, and it's really cute because it has chocolate and cookies and coffee on it. All of my favorites. So today we're going to make, I changed the design a little bit on the front, but I wanted to show you how versatile this little box is and how you can decorate it. So this is what we're going to make today. And I do have a couple of those kits left. If somebody places an order, I don't normally do this. I usually make enough kits for the people that earn them. But I do have a couple left. So the next 2 orders that are placed in my online store that are more than $25 in product, those couple people will get the kits. So, but email me, and I'll put a kit. If you know you're going to place an order, email me at donnasingleton33@yahoo.com, and I'll put a kit aside for you before they run out. So onto the box. So the first thing you need for this box is a card base, believe it or not. And that's what I like about this, is you're starting with a card base, which is 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. So, and that's how everyone got their card kit. They got just like a card like this. So I'm going to show you how to make this little box, but first I'll show you what we need. So I took this die image out of the Stitched So Sweetly dies. Oops, I've used this quite a bit. I like this set because it has quite a few different die shapes. So I cut it out of the new in color paper. If you don't know about our 6x6 paper, this is the 2020-2022 in color paper, and you get oh gosh, how many sheets? 40 sheets. There's 5 colors, so you get 8 sheets of each color. They're 2 different designs, so you get like 4 of each. So this is, let's just look at the magenta. So it comes in this design and this design. So you get 4 of these and then 4 of these. And this happens to be the one I'm using today. Now, if you didn't know it, we also have it in our neutrals, our subtles, our regals, and our brights. This here is the neutrals pack, and I happen to use the one with the words, and this is the soft suede. Because I'm using soft suede ink, I decided to use that. So what we need, so I have a piece of this, which this is only a 1/2 inch strip. So for the like I said, we used this side to cut out that shape, right? And then I also took my scallop circles, and this is about makes it about a 2 1/8 inch scallop circle, and then I have 2 inch whisper white. So this is soft suede and whisper white, and that's the magenta from the set there. So those are the dies that I used, and I did use our 2020 2022 in color enamel dots. I need glue dots, adhesive. You need a pencil, a pair of scissors to cut your ribbon. A bone folder is good, and a paper punch. So, first things first, get out your trimmer or a scoring tool, and we need to mark with a pencil 2 3/4 on each short end of our, what I'll call for now, our base. So I just want to make a little tick mark in pencil on both sides, just like this. Okay? Now, you're going to use your scoring blade, or if you're using a scoring tool, you'll just line it up in the gullies of your scoring tool. You want to line up this center score that I had scored at 4 1/4, that score with your pencil line right there. And I'm not sure you'll be able to see this as good, but maybe when I close it, like, let's see if I pick that up. See, the pencil line is right set in the gully, and the, of course I'm shifting it now, and the crease, the center crease, is right in the other end of the gully. And then I'm going to close this, and I'm going to score. Then I'm going to turn my paper and do it from the pencil mark back to that other crease, just like that. So you end up with a diamond shape, a triangle shape, and then you're going to do the same for the other side. Pencil mark, pencil, and crease mark, and then pencil and crease mark. And I love this because there's no cutting off edges. That's it. So here we have it. This is what your base should look like. 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4, and then scored from 2 3/4 to the center line, 2 3/4 center line, 2 3/4 center. So you get it. All four lines like that. So it kind of looks like a diamond. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to stamp on here. And I'm showing you a technique of stamping using these sponge daubers that we have. And I'm using Magenta Madness because I'm stamping on this light blue because I thought it kind of looked like a sky. And our Magenta Madness is kind of bright, but I figured it would look good on this because it's not too bright. And then I'm going to be using soft suede ink. Alright, so I am going to put them up the top here. And try to remember to keep your sponge dauber, because sometimes you might get into the wrong ink pad. So I'm going to try to keep them separate. Now I am using this stamp. The stamp set, I guess I should show you. This is the stamp set. It's called Butterfly Wishes, and it's a carryover from last year's catalog, so it's in our annual catalog. And I'm using this cherry blossom, that's what I call it anyway, this blossom branch, and this little blossom here, and the birthday wishes stamp in the middle. So I'm going to take this stamp and I'm going to put it down, and now it fits on an eye block. You could probably fit it on, we have a narrower block, it might fit in on, not sure, oh sorry I hit the camera, it might, just a little bit tiny, a little bit too wide for the H block. So if you have the I block, or we have a big kind of wide one, I forget what letter that is, but it fits on this block. So as long as you have an acrylic block to fit it, turn it upside down because we are going to ink it up using our daubers. So these are like I said, our sponge daubers. I'm going to take the soft suede and I'm going to put it on the stem. Wherever I see a little bit of the stem, I'm going to ink up the dauber and then just try to get it on the stem. Now try your hardest. It's hard to do it near the blossoms, but that's what I do. And then I'll take the Magenta Madness and a dauber there. I love these because they fit on your finger. And I'm going to sponge up the flowers. And if I see a little bit of the soft suede that got on the flower, like right, I'm not sure if you can see it right there, there's a little bit, I'll go in and with the edge of my dauber kind of wipe it off and pink on it. Not pink, magenta. All right, and I did go a little too far with this, so I'm gonna go back up and get my brown on there. So now you can use this to, now you just stamp right on your paper. And what you're gonna see on this piece is mostly these three corners as far as the front. So what I wanna do is I wanna work within this top triangle and stamp right about where I want things that I know will show. And then I just go back and I ink this up again. And I'll tell you, I like to, before this gets too muddy, I like to only do this about maybe 3 times. And then, or unless it gets muddy before that, but I don't want it to be, let me make sure I put that back there. I didn't before. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this one maybe right here, and that way that point's going to have something in it, that point's going to, now I'll do this one. So this will be my 3rd time, and then after this I am going to wash my stamp on my Stampin' Scrub, and just so that it doesn't get too muddy, because sometimes it does, and you don't want to be halfway through your piece and get a muddy image. So I'm going to do this last one, and I want to make sure I get this corner. So I'm just going to put that here. Okay. So as not to bore you, I went ahead and did one ahead of time so that you didn't have to watch me do this whole thing. But I basically went through and finished with this. And if I had an area that maybe was missing, like had a spot, I would put one of these blossoms in it. So as you can see on the one I've done right here, I have put a couple of those flowers where it seemed like I needed, maybe on the edge, I just needed a little bit of color. Okay, so I am going to move my ink pads, and now I think I'll just close them because I do have a habit of knocking things into them, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to put my project off to the side, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to clean it right after I'm done with the video. So one of the things we do want to do is, remember the little tick marks? We want to get rid of those. Now don't use your pink end of the eraser. You know, that leaves those, like, it can kind of gum up and leave those pink little pieces. This is one of these Staedtler Mars plastic erasers. I used to use these when I was in art school, and I still love using them because they just erase nice and softly, and it doesn't leave a red mark from the eraser. So these Staedtler Mars plastic erasers are great. Okay, so, and you can get that on Amazon. So here we have our base. So now on all our creases, we want to take our bone folder and we want to crease them. I'm going to first do the middle crease that we started with, and then each side. And I'm going to fold them towards the inside and crease them with my bone folder, just like this. And this is, it's a fun fold project. And I just thought, well, gee, I just made this in my my class, so I thought that would be really cute. So this is my front. So these two pieces fold over. Now you need a paper punch. I'm going to open on one side, and while I have this held together like that, I'm going to slip my paper punch in and go down about 1 inch and punch. If your paper punch doesn't cut through 2 layers, do one, put your paper over it, or under it I should say, and line it up again and punch again. This is a Stampin' Up! One that we used to sell, but we no longer do. But any desktop punch, it's just about a 1/4 inch punch. Okay, open it up, and you're gonna put some adhesive on your right front flap, and that way when you close it up, you can line it up, line your holes up, just like that. At this point, you can put whatever you would like inside of it. What we're going to do is take I'm using this Playing with Patterns ribbon combo pack. It comes with 3 ribbons, and this is the same ribbon I used on the card kit to go. And we're going to cut about, let's see, about 22 inches of ribbon. And you're going to feed it in your hole that's sealed first, and then the back hole, that, and then as if you're closing it, well, you are closing it, you fill it up. Let's say I'm not putting anything in it right now, but you're going to close it up, fill it, close it up, put it through that end, and there you have. So it'll stay closed once you tie it. So you put your ribbon through, tie it up, and there you have your cute little triangle box. Isn't that adorable? So now we just have to decorate the front. Okay, let me move some of the stuff around. Okay, so I have a 2-inch circle, and I'm going to take the Happy Birthday sentiment from the stamp set, and I'm going to use the soft suede ink, and I'm going to stamp the birthday wishes right around kind of in the lower right portion. And I'm going to close this up, and I'm going to take this blossom the blossom stamp and the magenta ink. Now the Magenta Madness is pretty bright, so what I'm going to do is, it was fine on the blue, but for the white, it's really bright, and I want a little bit more subtle. So I'm going to stamp off. That's what's great about grid paper or scratch paper, and stamp off, and then I'm going to stamp my blossoms around my circle. Ink it up, stamp off, and that's a stamping technique we call stamp off. What a great name for it, huh? Ink it, stamp off. I'm just going to put a little bit of color down here. Ink it up, stamp off, and see how far I can get this one in. Maybe I'll turn it around this way. See if I can get that in like that. Perfect. Okay. So this was a 2-inch square, 2-inch circle. Gosh, square. Let me close the ink. As I said, I tend to drop things in it, lean on it. So your 2-inch circle that we just decorated, that we just stamped. And I'm going to put this on, I think earlier I said this was a 2 1/8 inch scallop circle, but it's about a 2 1/4 inch, not 2 1/8. Okay, we put that on like that. Now, we have this image, this shape, the stitch shape. Don't you love that stitching around that? Isn't that great? I just love, this is the, what did I tell you? The Stitch So Sweetly stamp set, which I really love. It's a great one. So we're going to take this, and I think what I'd like to do is put it up on dimensionals. So I'm going to put on the back, I'm going to put just a few dimensionals, and let's see, I was looking around for my take your pick tool. My craft room is such a mess, and I don't see where it is, so I guess I have to, I love taking off the back of the dimensionals with it, but I don't see it anywhere, so I must have thrown it somewhere, and I don't want to waste time looking for it, so let me just peel those off. So this is going to go right in the center, just like that. Okay. And then this is, oh, before we put that on, we have 2 things. I'm going to cut another few inches of that same ribbon, just about maybe 4 inches or so, and we're going to trim it down. But I took a 1/2 inch of the soft suede. You could use either side, but I decided I want the words. So you only need maybe 4 inches I should have done this beforehand. I should have put the, oops, I should have put this on beforehand, but I failed to do that. And I'm going to put this, I'm going to do this one lower because I started to put the adhesive on this, and then I'll put my ribbon above. So on the other one, I have the ribbon lower. So this is going to be a little bit higher, just like that, right? And then the ends, I just want to have at 2 different angles, so I'll leave that one, the ribbon a little shorter. Oops, I think I cut my base, my pink shape. Okay, and that's a little, let me just do that again because it's there. Okay, so now we just take our scallop layer with a couple of dimensionals and put that on here like so, right smack of the middle, just like that. And then I'm going to take our oh my goodness, enamel dots, and I'm going to use my scissors since I don't have my take your pick tool. And this color is not soft suede. This is actually the cinnamon cider, but I'm going to I think it goes nicely, and I'm going to put those right into the 3 blossoms that actually have a center showing, just like that. And then we're done. Isn't that cute? So let's see. So there's the one I made previously, and here's the one I made along with you, showing you. And then I will show you, let's see, I'll bring back in this one that I made using the Nothing's Better suite of products. And so that was our fold project for today. So if you're watching this on YouTube, please give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Hit the subscribe button so that you will get all my videos. My YouTube channel is Donna's Creative Space. And if you want to get notified, there's a little bell icon that you can click on. And also, if you're watching this on Facebook, please leave a comment. If you like this, give me a thumbs up. And better yet, if you make one of these, please post yours right on my Facebook page. It's Donna's Creative Space. And I would love to see what you came up with using different stamp set, different papers. And then in the top right corner on my Facebook page, click message. And after you've posted, send me a message with your address, and I will send you a free gift for posting your little treat box. And like I said before, I do have a couple of my card kits for July left. So if you shop with me this month, well, I'm sorry, if you shop with me for the rest of July, please use this host code. And I have 2 kits left that I can send to the first 2 orders that I get before the end of the month. And if you've already shopped with me and earned your kit, I mailed them out 2 days ago, so you may have it today. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next Friday for another Fun Fold card.